Hi, I'm Eric Auskerson, the CEO of CPA.com, and I'm with Rohit Arora, the CEO and founder of Biz2Credit. And Rohit, we're kicking off 2022. Last year, what a year. You and I worked really hard with a lot of firms, well over 1,000 firms. We processed over 40,000 business relief loans. So, we've reflected about that. But what I want to talk to you about today is 2022. Things have changed. But there's one thing that really did occur last year, and this was this great accelerant of really bringing the firms and fintech together to support the financing needs of their clients. And both of us have been talking to a lot of firms over the past couple of weeks, and there is a lot of interest in continuing that. Firms now are finishing up their forgiveness applications, the PPP forgiveness applications. They've had this dialogue with their clients. And now what we've been talking to them about is, this year in 2022, it's not going to be government programs. It's going to be more traditional financing programs. And the firms are really saying, okay, this is something that I need to start providing. So how are you seeing this? And maybe a couple of comments on this really, really significant transition that's occurred between firms and fintech and financing.
Yeah, so as Eric, you rightly said, 2021 was a monumental year for all of us, whether firms, small businesses, CPA.com and Biz2Credit, and the whole acceleration that we have now seen on the side of, firms working very closely with fintechs like us is accelerating even more. This wave of COVID or Omicron has clearly shown that COVID has not gone away. This has also shown that the importance of cloud-based platforms is even more now. And also, I think what the paradigm shift now we are seeing is that while business owners want to go more digital, firms will have to provide them with a better digital experience. And at the same point of time, the government aid or funding has ended. We don't foresee any more government funding coming this year. So that means that we have to go back to private sector. We have to go back to traditional banks and other lenders. And how you do that, the best way or the only way to do it right now is through digital channels, because that's the only way you'll be able to tackle the complexity as well as avail all the different opportunities out there in the market.
Well, Ro, you and I were both at Digital CPA in December, and we had a lot of the firms there that played a big role with this business relief. And what I learned from them was, what they're supporting these clients that don't have relationships with the big banks.
Yes.
And at times, the local lenders just didn't have all of the capabilities to support them. So now here in 2022, that's what I'm hearing the same story that some of their clients that are going to need financing needs. We did a survey this past week, and the firms told us that 2/3 of their clients are going to need financing to support some of their AP and to help them make payroll. And so they don't have the big bank relationship, and maybe they don't have it's too long a process with some of these smaller lenders. So again, they're like, you know what? I think I can fill a void here. That's really what's happening. This void is being filled by the firm playing a little bit of the underwriting role, leveraging a solution like Biz2Credit. So why don't you talk a little bit more about how you're seeing that as one of the leading lenders, and how you're connecting these firms with these lending options?
Yeah, so one of the things that we are seeing is that there's a lot of demand coming back for traditional lending from small businesses. In another survey we did of small business owners, more than 2/3 are worried about meeting their payroll and paying their accounts payable. So it's very consistent with those findings of firms as well as small businesses. Where we are finding that there's a lot of opportunity as well as ability to execute is on the side that if we are able to provide, and that's what we are doing, multiple products, to these business owners by using firms to sit in the middle to do better underwriting and better, I would say, document gathering process, and then give them curated products. So what we really mean by that is that we are not trying to send them to 5 banks and then let them, go there and try to get the underwriting and the processing done, because that takes forever. So what we have really been very successful over the years, and we are doubling down on that, is that now we have a lot of banks, non-banks who are on our platform. We take care of everything from the origination to underwriting to funding to renewals and everything, and the money comes from these places. And that's a win-win for everyone. That's a win-win for small businesses. That's a win-win for firms. That's a win-win for us because we get high quality customer with complete data, ongoing monitoring data. And that's great for banks because banks are not able to lend money today on their own. They're sitting on record deposits. They want to do something with that money. And in this environment of very low yields, out there, and now stock markets also falling, we actually foresee a lot more money actually coming into small business lending, which historically has been credit starved. So with this increasing demand for money, very little to no government support coming in now, and platforms like ours, will which are delivering curated products and which are taking care of the fact that you get the money you want in the right time at the right price at the right place. We foresee a lot of demand coming in and a lot of fulfillment also happening now.
Well, what I can tell the audience here is that we're building out the CPA business funding portal, which is going to have firm console, firm capabilities. We do think that what you'll see long term is better products and better offerings that can be delivered by the firm fintech partnership. Because what we saw with the business relief program was that when the firms were involved, it was a higher quality application. We're going to see the same thing here, and what that's going to mean is better rates, better rates for their clients, and it's also going to just mean better service. And as you said, it's the and story. The fintechs are working with the lending community. So I think this is we learned a lot. We learned a lot over the past year. We're going to take those learnings. We're going to take this acceleration and this new way of operating, and we're building out a lot of practice strategies. So that's something you can come to our site CPA.com and learn about. And Rohit, I'll let you close here, but I appreciate kind of the focus that you've had on helping firms, and you helped a couple thousand firms last year, and we're going to continue to do that. And this is going to continue to evolve, and it's something that I think we'll look back on in a couple of years as this really was the start of a whole new role where on what firms can do for their clients related to financing.
Absolutely, and where we see a lot of opportunities for firms also to grow their business, both in terms of getting new clients, helping existing clients, making this into a revenue source, and also plugging it into their cash practices. Because I think that really takes them to the next level, and that really makes them the centerpiece of everything they do with their clients, not just at the time of tax filing, which is happening right now or will
Right.
happen very soon, but also on an ongoing basis and become true advisors for them. Actually.
Well, thanks, Rohit, for your time, and look forward to continuing to work with you on this and throughout 2022. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.